we are going to discuss about determination of pH using quinhydron electrode. For the determination of pH using quinhydron electrode, we need to consider the saturated calomel electrode, and the saturated calomel electrode act as the reference electrode in this particular determination, and it should be connected to one end of the potentiometer, and we have to take the quinhydron electrode as the indicator electrode, and in this quinhydron electrode we are taking the unknown HCl solution whose pH is going to be determined. And this particular indicator electrode, that is quinhydron electrode, should be connected to another end of the potentiometer, and in order to facilitate the internal movement, so we have to place the salt bridge. And what exactly is a salt bridge and what is the role of the salt bridge, I have clearly explained in the video which I have made on the electrochemical cell. Right. So now whenever the coupling is done between the saturated calomel electrode, which is the reference electrode, and the quinhydron electrode, which is the indicator electrode, in which the HCl solution is present, whose concentration is going to be determined, whose pH is going to be determined. Now what happens is, some EMF value is generated in the display of potentiometer. This is the potentiometer. In the display of the potentiometer, you are going to get or generate the EMF value. So now the EMF value is 326. EMF value is 326. So with the help of EMF value, we can calculate the pH. We can calculate the pH with the help of the formula EMF equals to E cathode minus E anode. So by placing this value or by substituting this value of EMF and by rearranging the equation, finally we will get the information about the pH of the unknown solution. Now this is how we can determine the pH of the solution making use of quinhydron electrode. Now let us discuss determination of pH of the electrode using ion selective electrode, to be more specific, glass electrode. So only the difference is, instead of this particular quinhydron electrode, we have to consider the glass electrode or ion selective electrode while determining the pH of the solution using glass electrode or ion selective electrode. The remaining everything is one and same. This particular saturated calomel electrode is always the reference electrode. It is either coupled with quinhydron electrode during the determination of pH using quinhydron electrode, or it is coupled with a glass electrode or ion selective electrode when we are going to determine the pH of the solution using glass electrode or ion selective electrode, and with the help of which we are going to get the EMF value, and EMF equals to E cathode minus E anode. Once we get the information about EMF, by rearranging the equation, we are going to get the information about the pH of the unknown solution.
So dear students, till now we have discussed the demonstration of determination of pH using quinhydron electrode and the glass electrode. So now we are going to discuss about the determination of pH using quinhydron electrode and the glass electrode theoretically. Now, whenever this coupling is made, that is, whenever the saturated calomel electrode is coupled with the quinhydron electrode, the saturated calomel electrode always act as the reference electrode. Now, the quinhydron electrode always acts as the indicator electrode, and this indicator electrode is present in the solution whose pH is to be determined. Now, whenever this setup is made, as already have discussed, during the spontaneous redox reaction between the two electrodes, some potential is going to be developed, that is EMF is going to be developed in the potentiometer. Now, whenever the setup is made between the saturated calomel electrode and the quinhydron electrode, always the saturated calomel electrode, which is the reference electrode, act as cathode and undergo a reduction, whereas this particular quinhydron electrode act as anode and undergo oxidation. Now, due to this particular redox reaction between saturated calomel electrode and the quinhydron electrode, which are acting as cathode and undergoing reduction, and anode and undergoing oxidation respectively. In fact, spontaneous redox reaction between the saturated calomel electrode and the quinhydron electrode, EMF is going to be produced. Once the EMF is produced, making use of its mathematical convention according to the IUPAC convention. What is the mathematical formula for the EMF value, that is electromotive force, equals to E cathode minus E anode. What is E cathode? E cathode is the electrode potential of the electrode acting as cathode, and E anode is electrode potential of the electrode acting as anode. And among the saturated calomel electrode and the quinhydron electrode, which is acting as cathode and undergoing reduction, and which is acting as anode and undergoing oxidation. Saturated calomel electrode is acting as cathode and undergoing reduction, whereas the quinhydron electrode acting as anode and undergoing oxidation, right? So that I'm going to show you in the next slide. Next slide. So what is EMF? EMF equals to E right minus E left. That is, E right is nothing but electrode potential of the electrode acting as cathode minus electrode potential of the electrode acting as anode. And what is the electrode which is acting as cathode? Already we discussed, that is calomel, E calomel, minus electrode potential of the electrode acting as anode, which is acting as anode whenever the coupling between the calomel electrode and the quinhydron electrode is made. The quinhydron electrode is acting as anode and undergoing oxidation. So accordingly, E calomel minus E quinhydron. E quinhydron. Now, which is equals to E cell equals to what is the electrode potential value of the calomel. Electrode potential value of the calomel, already we know, we are well versed with the value, that is 0.2422 volt minus electrode potential of the quinhydron, which is nothing but 0.6994 volt minus 0.0592 volt pH. So this is the electrode potential of the electrode. This is the electrode potential of the calomel, and this is the electrode potential of the quinhydron electrode. Now what we need to do? We need the value of pH. So since we need the value of the pH, what we need to do is we have to keep the pH value involved terms on one side. pH value involved terms on one side. What is the pH value involved term? 0.0592 volt pH. So this is the pH value involved term. So, and we have to bring all the other contents onto the other side. So which is nothing but E cell plus 0.6994 volt minus 0.2422. Right. Now we need the pH value. We need the pH value, right? So we need this value, pH value. We need this pH value. So pH equals to E cell plus 0.6994 volt minus 0.2422 volt, which is nothing but electrode potential of the calomel by 0.0592 volt, right? So with this we will get the pH value. So this is how we can calculate the pH of the unknown solution, making use of the quinhydron electrode, in turn making use of the saturated calomel electrode as the reference electrode. So now we are going to discuss how, making use of the saturated calomel electrode, we can determine the pH of the unknown solution, using glass electrode. So this is also very similar. Already I have demonstrated in at the beginning, right? Demonstrated at the beginning. So in order to determine the pH of the solution, unknown solution, using glass electrode, we need to couple the saturated calomel electrode with the glass electrode. And already I have discussed that always saturated calomel electrode act as a cathode and undergo reduction, whereas the glass electrode act as a anode and undergo oxidation. Now, what is saturated calomel electrode? It is the reference electrode, and the glass electrode is the indicator electrode, which is present in the solution whose pH is going to be determined. Right? Now, among these two, saturated calomel electrode act as cathode and undergo reduction. Glass electrode act as anode and undergo oxidation. Right? And due to the spontaneous redox reaction between these two, saturated calomel electrode, which is acting as cathode and undergoing reduction, and the glass electrode, which is acting as anode and undergoing oxidation, some amount of EMF is going to be generated. So with the help of the EMF value, which is recorded in the potentiometer, which is recorded in the recorder of the potentiometer, we can get the information about the pH of the solution, making use of this particular reaction, or but this particular formula for calculating the EMF of the cell. So which is nothing but which is E cell equals to E right minus E left, right? E right minus E left. So what is E right? E right is nothing but electrode potential of the electrode acting as cathode, minus E left is nothing but electrode potential of the electrode acting as a anode. Now, which is acting as a cathode and which is acting as anode, already have discussed very clearly with you that always the saturated calomel electrode act as cathode and undergo reduction, and the other electrode act as anode and undergo oxidation. So accordingly, E calomel, which is acting as cathode, minus EG. EG is nothing but electrode potential of the glass electrode, which is acting as anode and undergoing oxidation. So E calomel minus what is the electrode potential value of the glass electrode. Electrode potential value of the glass electrode is E naught G plus 0.0592 pH. Now we have to rearrange the equation in such a manner that we have to get the pH value finally. So what we need to do is we have to keep the terms which are involved in the pH on one side, and we have to take all the other terms to the other side. So accordingly, we will get pH equals to E calomel minus E naught G minus E cell by 0.0592. But we are well versed that electrode potential of the calomel electrode is 0.2422 volt. So substitute this value in this particular equation. So finally, what you will get, the pH equals to 0.2422 minus E naught G minus E cell by 0.0592. So with the help of this particular formula, you can get the information about the pH of the unknown solution, making use of the glass electrode. So this is how making use of the glass electrode and the quinhydron electrode, we can determine the pH of the solution, making use of saturated calomel electrode as the reference electrode, and quinhydron and the ions electrode, that is glass electrode, as the indicator electrode. And always remember that saturated calomel electrode act as cathode and undergo reduction, whereas in the case of the quinhydron electrode, act as anode and undergo oxidation. In a similar fashion, glass electrode act as anode and undergo oxidation, whereas when we consider or when we couple the saturated calomel electrode with the quinhydron and glass electrode respectively. So I hope you understood this. Thanks for watching.